There we go.
So I'm going to call to order the October 18th, 2023 meeting of the Philadelphia County Board of Elections. As I do, I always do, emphasize that it is my duty and obligation to preserve order and decorum in these meetings. So everyone in attendance should be on notice that any interruptions of these ordinary proceedings will not be tolerated. And those who violate that request will be asked to leave. Sunshine Act permits anyone attending a public meeting to object to a perceived violation at any time during the meeting. If you choose to do so, please succinctly state the objection. That objection is not an opportunity for litigation or speech making. So having said that, we'll now move to public comments. Comments shall state their name, where they live, or if they are or are not a resident of Philadelphia, and if they are a Philadelphia taxpayer. So public comment is not an opportunity, as I've said before, for interrogation or dialogue or litigation. It's a public comment. The chance for you to tell us what you think. A speaker shall be allotted approximately 2 minutes. However, I may extend this time at my discretion. All public comments must be relevant or germane to the board business. Finally, it is my responsibility in this part of the proceeding also to preserve the order and decorum of these meetings. So profane, slanderous, discriminatory, or personal attacks won't be tolerated. So please note that we will be doing polling place changes later in the meeting. So anyone wishing to be heard when polling place change should wait until that time. Is there anyone here for public comment? Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a public comment that I submitted last week. My name's Rich Garella from POVPhilly. I have a public comment I submitted last week that wasn't read out. And I'd like to read it into the record. It might be a little over 3 minutes.
I will advise you that in the public meeting, we identified the comments that you sent in, and it was made part of the record. So it is part of the record already. So, you can use it to summarize at this point, but it is already established that it's in our record. Okay?
Is that, it means it's in the transcript, the minutes, or?
You can start now.
Okay. So I just wanted to call your attention to the executive session that you announced after the fact, which is fine, on September 27th. It took place before September 27th, saying that it would the board would be meeting an executive session to confer with counsel regarding the timing of the upcoming election as it relates to the fixing of the ballots and the certification of the machine process. Having conducted that recommendation, counsel did communicate with Commonwealth Court, advising them of the deadline that we were facing that may be impacted by any ongoing litigation. The problem with this explanation is it was impossible to tell, for the public to tell, whether there is any ongoing litigation or not. If there is, according to Reading Eagle versus Reading, that litigation should have been identified by the names of the parties, the docket number, and the court in which it was filed. If there's not litigation, then the nature of an identifiable complaint or threatened litigation should have been stated. That's the law that was set out by Commonwealth Court and Reading Eagle versus Reading. The goal of this board should be to help the public understand the purpose of the session and why it was excluded, not to obscure it or try to, or just sort of meet in some technical way what the board thinks the law requires. So what we're requesting is that the board take these words to heart, fulfill its legal obligations to the public, and re-explain the purpose of that executive session held between the September 20th and 27th in a way that meets the requirements of Pennsylvania law. And so we just are hoping that you would go ahead and do that. Whether there is litigation or whether there isn't, I think the public deserves to know the reason for that executive session in a way that we can understand. Thank you.
So Judge Furlong, have we provided any email public comments?
Thank you, Judge Crumlish. All comments that were emailed by 9:45
a.m. were shared with the members of the board and the deputies at 10 a.m. and have been provided to each member of the board at the beginning of the meeting and are available as public comment table. We received one comment from Donna Chiaffrey. I've reviewed the comment and asked that it be moved into the record. Have you seen it? It will be available as a public comment table.
So that will be accepted. I have read and reviewed it as well. And as I said, so I think that it be a minute to the public. Very good. So having said that, is there anything other than this email that was sent to us, Judge Furlong?
Nothing else.
So now I'll move to old business. I'm going to ask Director Lynch to read the executive director's report, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today's sunshine report for October 18th, 2023. The County Board of Election report. The County Board of Elections now accepting mail-in and absentee ballot applications. Voters will need to complete and return their application to the County Board of Elections office by 5 p.m. on October 31st to vote by mail for the 2023 general election. Voters may apply online at vote.phila.gov rather than returning the paper applications. As of yesterday, they have approved 98,086 vote by mail applications, which is 3,939 added from last week's total. Of those, 59,455 are paper applications and 38,631 are electronic applications. This includes civilian, overseas, and military voters. They have a total of 884 applications waiting to be processed. Of those, 457 are paper applications and 427 are electronic applications. On Tuesday, October 10th, they opened the satellite office at City Hall, room 130. So far, they have serviced 67 walk-in voters. Voters can request a mail-in or replacement ballot in person and return it all on the same visit. Office hours are Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. The voter registration unit for the election cycle to date, they have processed 112,591 applications, of which 17,100 were paper apps. Election board, to date, 5,287 board workers have committed to work on election day. The unit is continuing to reach out and recruit more people either by phone or email. From September 5th through October 9th, the unit has trained 2,118 in person and 580 have taken the online training.
Thank you, Director.
For the satellite office, I'm sorry, satellite office, strike that. I said room 130, it's room 140. Sorry about that.
So thank you, Director. So now, Mr. Stroman, I'd like to move to present a polling place proposed relocations. Is there anyone here who would like to speak moving of a polling? If none, Mr. Stroman, will you present the polling place recommendation?
Good morning, Your Honor. First three are in the 23rd Ward, the 5th Division, 6th Division, and 7th Division. Moving out of Frankfurt Friends School at 1500 Orthodox Street to Unique Dreams at 4704 Leaper Street, and that is all due to a refusal.
So, on recommendation of professional staff, I move that we accept the proposed polling place changes. Do I hear a second?
Second as to all three changes.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the proposed relocations are accepted.
Next one is in the 37th Ward, 13th Division, moving out of Hart Ramp School at 720 West Cumberland Street to the Greater Impact Worship Center, 2431 North 6th Street, and that's back to the original location.
So I would move that we accept the proposal of the professional staff of the relocation 3713. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. The proposal is adopted.
Next two are in the 38th Ward, 5th Division, 6th Division, moving out of EW Road School at 2900 West Clearfield Street to the Shore Rec Center at 3000 North 27th Street, and that's back to the original location.
So I move that we accept the proposed relocation of the professional staff. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Six. So adopted.
Next one is in the 40th Ward, 5th Division, moving out of Greenway Presbyterian Apartments, 2001 South 59th Street, to the Salt and Light at 5736 Chester Avenue, and that is due to a refusal.
Staff, second. Second. All in favor? Aye.
Next one is in the 46th Ward, 10th Division, moving out of Victory Christian Center, 5220 Whitby Avenue, to the People's Baptist Church at 5037 Baltimore Avenue, and that is moving it into its ward.
Move that we accept the recommendation of inspection staff for the relocation of the polling places stated. Do I hear a second?
Second is the vote changes.
As to moved and seconded, then proposal professional staff is adopted.
Last but not least, in the 46th Ward, the 11th Division, moving out of Christie Rec Center, 728 South 55th Street, to the People's Baptist Church at 5037 Baltimore Avenue, and that is for voter convenience.
Move that we adopt the recommendation of professional staff of the Commissioner's Office for this new location. Do I hear a second? All in favor? Aye. It is adopted. Thank you. We're going to move on to the next matter of business. I'd like to propose a motion. The motion is that the County Board of Elections shall place 6 additional drop boxes throughout the city, with 1 additional box being placed in each of the following regions: lower northeast, north, river, southwest, upper north, and west. I further move that the deputies shall arrange the installation of the drop boxes and shall report the locations and the installations at the immediate next public meeting of the Board of Elections, and shall publicize the drop box locations when they are installed and ready to be opened for use to the general public on vote.phila.gov. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So the motion is adopted. Second motion. I move that we authorize the deputies to schedule mobile man drop-off events. The information on the event shall be posted on the vote.phila.gov and be announced at the next public meeting of the board following the announcement of the schedule. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's adopted. Judge Furlong, do you have any other items to be added to the agenda?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Judge Johnson, do you have any items to be added to the agenda?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Having no further business, I move that we adjourn to the call of the chair. All in favor?
Aye.